Hello guys, you're already there. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hi Mel. Hi Joanna. I actually have somebody with me. I'm going to reveal who that is in a second. Hi Michigan. What kind of weather is there? Let me put you guys the music so you can listen to the music. I should have done this first. Well, we are still gathering for a second. Here we go. Okie dokie, so let's see, where do I remove this? No, this is not it. This is it. Hi everybody. Guess who I have here live with me? Lati is here with me. Lati, say hi.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Hola.
It's a little bit bad of connection, so we are going to improve in time, but I kind of like ask that Lati can really bring up any questions that you have while I am doing the reading, so you can guys all be addressed. So let's see, who do we have here? Edgar Allan Poe, hey, nice to see you, and thank you so much for always also stamping. Barbie's here, same thing here, thank you so much and welcome. Let's see, Joanna, Mel, Dominiki, Greece, nice. Queen of Water, hello. In Oregon, oh my gosh, that's early over there. This is really coffee. And of course, Lati is plugging in from Puerto Rico, and I think she's going to say this better. Kimberly, Aquarius, Lynn. We have some new faces. Hi Lynn. Hi Mel. Who else is new here? Lati, are you recognizing anybody new?
With water? Hi, how are you?
Oh, there are a few things. Yeah, we had the sound really good yesterday, but today is not that great. So I apologize, but you're going to probably, hopefully, forgive us for the first try. Taiwan, oh my gosh, you're so far. Hi Keisha, Kalima Keisha. So let's start. Let's make this under an hour. So we have this. I am using just gilded for the clarifications today and the regular Rider-Waite for the great readings. Hi. All right, so we are still in Leo season, and by the way, we just had partial solar eclipse the last night. I released that video a little bit. So this is really one of those things where we need to embrace. Just think about whatever your belief system, God, spirit, universe is right now asking you what you want, and it's, or a magic genie, right? Whatever you want. And this is what is happening, guys. Venus is just going to get you more of that in your life. So it's kind of collectively we have to be at our best in order to create the best future. So let's see, this week is going to be crucial. So it's kind of like in a Leo season. So let's go with fire, 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 fire. And fire is getting Queen of Pentacles reversed over here. It was sideways. So there is like maybe a little issue in a family. Maybe, you know, maybe you want to get more domesticated and you're feeling things are off. Maybe your place is due for a big spring cleaning. It's going to be interesting. What else do we have for fire? Thanks, Lati. Thanks, Lati. You can let you also ask them when I don't talk, when I shuffle.
I can see Dominic is the Leo sun. We have Kimberly Anderson. She's the Leo sun and Aries moon.
Oh, that's great, guys, because you see, the more people come here with basically this fire, like, I mean, and at least if you guys are listening and just say hi and the sign, that kind of like would mean a lot to me, because I am focusing on this energy as well. So hey, Anand, thank you as well. Okay, Leo, what the heck is going on here? I mean, Leo, I have the fire, so there is going to be something about domestic messages. I do see a very strong Leo coming through over here, guys. Here you are, you're sitting on your throne, so this is good. I think that you're going, all of you collectively, fire sign, through some kind of like domestic turmoil. And I know it's a Mercury retrograde, and I know that it is very easy to say, tell somebody off in this period. Make sure that you don't do it. If that means locking yourself up and not doing anything until, you know, the 21st. I think the 21st is when Mercury retrograde is kind of done, even though it still has the shadow. Please do that. This is not a great combination with all these pentacles. But I have to also tell you that even though I see kind of like a storm around you, you are standing strong, guys. And you are kind of like claiming maybe your place under the sun, if you really wish, that you're not allowing certain things to happen. I do see issues with codependency. Maybe you are like, I mean, spending some time in kind of like love affairs. Maybe you are kind of like thinking about the past. Maybe you're thinking about somebody who destroyed your relationship, your marriage, and maybe there are like issues in your family, somebody drinking, somebody having issues with drugs. These kind of issues could be addressed over here as well. So, Lati, any questions?
For now, I don't see anyone asking. Do you guys have any questions for Kat?
Okay, well, let's see. Hi, Dean, how are you? Hi, Crystal, nice to see you. Sally, Sally is a Leo as well. So let's start with Leo. Leo for this period from the 11th to the 17th. I'm getting a Knight of Wands and Death. Good Lord. So Knight of Wands is some kind of like enthusiasm coming forward, but that enthusiasm is going to be extinguished. Knight of Wands can also be a Sagittarius kind of like energy, and so either Sagittarius or Scorpio energy. If you don't have any of these two signs, this kind of like is telling me that maybe a direction that you thought you're going through is kind of going to get extinguished for some kind of reason. So I don't know what this really means. Let me get my thingies over here and clarify. Why is this? And this one jumped out. Wisdom.
I just hope we have a good time, because Mercury has been to meet you.
Well, Mercury is really messing everybody up, and I don't know, Lati, if you can really improve your sound. Your sound is really kind of like really muffled for some reason. You guys are going to kind of acquire some wisdom, and maybe wisdom is letting things go, because the Death card definitely talks about, it's not necessarily ending, but like it could be ending. And even if you ended something, this ending could have been physical, and this could be emotional ending, because wisdom is a really great card. And they even made a little hierophant, no, pardon me, the hermit over here. So some of you might also be dealing with Virgo over here, but I really think it's sort of like reaching the clarity that something had to reach an end. So it is kind of like closure It could be also that with a partner you would renegotiate things, and especially if you have somebody you're living with. I think this person is creating turbulence in your life, and it's going to be the talk, hey, we cannot continue like that, or you know, things can kind of like work out long term like this. So Leo, it's going to be kind of like very, very interesting. So Sally, yes, wisdom is always welcome, heartbreaking or not. Okay, Lati, say something. Let's see.
Me pueden escuchar ahora.
Yeah, it's a. I do hear you, but it's. What kind of like guys? How do you hear Lati? Is it just me? I kind of hear her very muffled. Can you, Lati, kind of talk to them so just they can say?
Can you guys hear me well? 1-1-1-1.
Yes, it is, and on 11th of August, and it is also the year number 11. Yeah, you're like really breaking in and out. See? So, are you maybe too close to the microphone or too far?
I really don't. Let me see.
Don't worry, we are going to troubleshoot this later. So, you know what? Maybe I should remove you off the phone because I cannot hear you. But then, Lati, I'm going to call you after the session. How's that?
Oh, now you can hear me, Joanna?
Yeah? Okay, so let's leave you. Hopefully, yeah, it is Mercury retrograde. We were just talking yesterday and trying this out, and everything worked just fine. And of course, it has to work out in a weird way when we are doing this live. That's how it works, right? So, okay.
Yeah.
And it might not be her. It could be basically Skype that we are using. So that could be just the situation there. So let's go to the next one. Who do I do next? Let's do Sagittarians next. Since the Sagittarians. Saggies, what's going on for Saggies? Oh, any Sagittarians over here, guys? Do we have any Sagittarians? So we have this interesting combination. Sagittarians, your card number 14, right? And 14 is Temperance, and guess what? 9 and 5, it's 14. You're like coming out here clearly. I guess you're having you're trying to fight for something that has all this kind of like feelings of maybe being dead in the water, maybe something that had lots of kind of ups and downs, and there is a need for establishing boundaries. Like, so there are like now 2 5s showing up over here, which is going to make your week very unstable. You're trying to claim something that you really want, that is something really important to you. It seems like there are like 2 very unlikely pairs that are happening over here, such as, you know, there's something really good, something really bad, that you're just kind of trying to find a mix out of it, and maybe somebody doesn't want it. So it's going to be a question of how much you want to push, in what direction, and how much you want to receive. The boundaries are going to be really the key over here, but you're trying one more last time, and I think this is kind of like really important here to say. It could be something regarding home, because that would be the next thing that follows. Like, I mean, Sagittarians might not be happy at home, and they might not be happy, especially if you're male Sagittarians, with their spouses. So let me see. Let me just get one more card for you, Saggies. Having faith. Keep a faith. Keep faith. So that's kind of like a very spiritual thing to kind of like receive, because you guys are also ruling religion and philosophy. And I think you're going to see, or you're seeing, a much higher meaning in whatever you're going this week. But you feel shunned, you feel removed from the situation, you feel chastised, you feel not being a part of the family, and you're saying, okay, I'll just continue. I have to believe that things will work out. So this is kind of like really, really good. So we will see. And let's see, Aries. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, like, that you have been homeless for a year. That's horrible. I hope, you know, that things really work out for you.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. This is really, really bad. Okay, Aries, 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 Aries. You're welcome, sweetie. You're welcome, sweetie. Where do you live, SO7N? Aries, Aries, Aries. Oops. Aries. Purple Psych Kitty. What is the psych part of the kitty part in El Salvador? Oh my gosh, that country, from what I understand, it's probably one of the worst countries in the world with how, I just really don't know how you guys go through daily life. I mean, I really admire all of you, and I totally get that psych in it, right? So, well, yeah, I think Lati can really talk about the hurricane. So, Aries, look at that. This is going to look really interesting. You have Knight of Swords, but you have 10 of Wands also reversed, and then you have a 7 Swords also reversed. So Aries is going to have, it's kind of like really interesting. Aries is trying to kind of get some complete clarity, going forward with their sword, asking maybe questions, or maybe getting to the bottom of some kind of secrets, because this card is secrets, this card is secrets, right? There is like some kind of healing that Aries is trying to go through, the healing, more or less of understanding of some kind of situation. I think Aries took on too much that they can chew, and it is kind of like really it's really difficult for Aries to move forward without knowing something. So some questions might be asked. If you are Aries, you might ask questions, or kind of like somebody will ask you lots of questions back, right? So that's going to be interesting. So look at Brooke is moving to Spain. Good for you. So let me just see for Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. And I'm getting responsibility. Responsibility is going to be regarding your domestic life, things that you do at home, and things that you do and how do you relate with other people. Maybe you're going to understand how you have been affecting others, that maybe you have loaded people with questions or with issues. Maybe you're going to realize that people are just like simply fallible. Kind of like, it's very interesting to me that in the air reading, in the fire reading, we have so much fire. So usually there is a ground, as you have it here, there is a ground, but it looks like you are getting out of that ground, and it looks like you have been grounded for a Mercury retrograde. And this is all good wisdom, faith, responsibility for Earth to actually have it in. So there you have it. There you have it, Aries. So who is the next? Who would be the next element? You guys vote right now. You guys can vote. So I'm leaving this to the panel, and what element I get the most, that's the one I'm going to read next. There we have.
I saw Earth earlier.
Oh, you saw Earth? So we have Earth again, air, water, Earth, air. I think Earth is winning this time. Earth was fast. Earth was fast. Okay, so let's go. Earth, 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 Earth. Thank you guys. You're participating. I like that. I like that, because when I say something, like, everybody's just like waiting. I know there is a little delay from when I ask to when you get it, so take this in account. Earth.
Yeah, I tried to fix the mic a little bit. I don't know if they hear me better. I'm not sure.
No, it is still the same thing. And I'm sorry to think this is not you. It's probably Skype. I mean, I can try to get you on my phone if you want.
Sure.
Yeah, okay, let me just grab my phone. I'll disconnect it over here, and I'll try to get you on my phone. Guys, just give me a second. Give me a second. Give give me a second. Let's try to see. Try to see if it's going to improve on the phone. Okay, let's do this. Mercury retrograde. Okay, what's going on here? I am not so sure. Okay, Lottie, try again because it's ringing on all my computers. That's what that's what happens. And I have to get you only on my phone. And of course, it's not ringing on the phone. Okay, Lottie, do not call me. I will call you, okay? I will call you because, as you can see, everybody is there thinking that we are in some kind of, yeah, it kind of, okay, I'm getting that you're unavailable. You know what? Why don't we move on? And we are going to troubleshoot this later. We actually did have a quickie live session yesterday. Everybody heard us, so yeah, it's kind of like fun. So Lati, hopefully you stay just a little bit after, and that way we can maybe stay with a few people and troubleshoot this. So I'm going to turn my microphone to a different setting. So okay, Baruch, do not speak about hungry. I still didn't eat. I didn't have time to eat in the morning. I'm starving. Well, we tried. Hi, Lati. Okay, we need to stop doing this because it's not working, okay? So, okay. It's Mercury retrograde. It's a hell, right? All right, so Earth, 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 Earth. Okay, Earth. Oh my gosh, you have like two over here as well. That's kind of interesting. There's going to be lots of activity, I believe, for Earth in the process. So Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Sun, the Hermit, and King of Swords. The Hermit and the King of Swords being reversed. Well, from what it looks like, the week is going to start well. Maybe some of you are having some kind of plans for the weekend, maybe doing something with the kids. Are we really coming close to kind of going to the school? And then it's going to be overwhelming sense of loneliness, an overwhelming sense of loss, an overwhelming sense of being mistreated. Almost like you're putting your heart into something and nothing is coming out of it. So it's kind of going to be kind of really weird because you have been building on something for quite a while. How many Earth people do we have there? How many people do we have there? Let me just get a sip of coffee while you guys, Earth people, come out and tell me I'm Earth, I'm Capricorn. There is Cappy. And do we have Virgos? Do we have Taurus? Okay, so Earth people. hello, sky to Earth people. There you are. We have some. This is kind of like really interesting. So who do I start with first? Who do I usually start? Usually Capricorn always comes last. So let's start with Capricorn first. Capricorn. Thanks, Oksana. I would just like that people can even just say, hey, I'm here, I'm listening. We have a little bit less people, which is probably good with all these technical difficulties. So, okay, Capricorn. Or yes, if you are like listening for somebody else. Capricorn. Okay. Oh my gosh. Capricorn in particular looks like he's going through a renaissance, I would say, because look at this. You have a 10, you have a 10, you have a 10. I think whether or not you're realizing this, there's going to be the end of something. The end of something that you have been carrying that has been really hard. And you have been let down by somebody, it seems like, that it's kind of like felt that every day is a difficult. You had to pull every sword out of your, life, and nothing kind of like seemed like optimistic to kind of like raise your head. So maybe this is definitely Mercury retrograde that I'm seeing as a part of the general reading, because you're getting Knight of Swords versus King of Swords reversed over here. So you guys are sort of like going to get into the mode. This is much higher energy than yours. You're going to be action oriented this week, and it's going to be lots of thoughts, and going to be more or less thoughts along the line, why the heck am I doing this to myself? Why in the world, am I thinking about somebody and some secrets and some stuff and some burdens when I can start moving forward? So almost like you're going to force yourself in thinking in a different way and kind of like moving things forward. And this is really good. So it almost like looks like you might be reaching some kind of closure over here and kind of like move it from there. So let's see who is, let me get you your card here for Capricorn. And there you go. Hi, Raymond. I was supposed to do my twin flames for you this week, but I was like really tired. I have to be honest, and I said to myself, no, I'll do it the next week. I'm still on target, and this is really period for me when I'm really the most exhausted, because being Aquarius, Leo is the opposite. Even my moon is in Leo, so it's not only the opposite, but I'm feeling overly emotional in this time frame. So that's kind of like how it works. So let's see. For some reason, Lati, I still hear you, and that's kind of like weird, and I know you're not on. So let's see here for Capricorn.
Because you're in a call. You're in a call with me.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it. And now you're completely clear. I can hear you now fully fine. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking like all this time, am I going insane?
Hi everyone.
I'm going insane. I was like, oh my gosh, I can still hear her. What the hell is wrong with me? And I don't see Skype at all on the screen. Okay, and the Skype is not turned on my computer, guys. This is a ghost. I swear to you. Oh my god.
Do you hear me good now, or am I still muffling?
No, you're perfect right now. You're absolutely perfect. Yeah.
Yay. Hola, ¿cómo están? ¿Cómo están todos?
Any people speaking Spanish? Very clear. That's it. Finally. Yay! Let's all give thumbs up to Lati.
Yay. Hi.
Okay, perfect.
It was the AC. It was the AC making the noise.
I turn it off because I sit right here in the dining room table when I'm doing these readings, and my AC is right there. And if I turn it on, people are like, what is that? What is that? So that we know. So sorry, I don't want to burn you over there in Puerto Rico. There you go. Look at this. How many thumbs up you're getting. That's awesome. Awesome. Oh, look at us. Like purple second.
Everybody, where's the thumbs up? We got 46 people here.
Okay. And now
only 22 thumbs up. Come on. We can do better than that.
For sure. Look at this. Like, I mean, there are even people who kind of can speak Spanish. That's awesome. So Capricorn, you're getting compassion, and I think this compassion is toward yourself. I really feel that because you're Earth sign, you're trying to kind of like work on bettering things for everybody else and your loved ones, but you're sometimes forgetting to be kind to yourself. So kind of like try to pull all these kind of like swords, try to kind of like do this, and I think you're saying enough is enough. Now it is a time for kind of like healing all these like wounds, and this is going to be interesting. Hello, Tori. Hello. Okay, so who would be next? Let's go with Virgo. Virgo. How many Virgos in the room? Lati, you have anything to add to Capricorn?
Where's the Virgos?
Okay, look at it. Virgos are getting like, master reading here.
I don't have too much of a good.
You don't have too much of a?
Capricorns are bad with me.
Oh, really? Okay. I had a boss who was Capricorn. He was actually a cusp between Capricorn and Aquarius. And honestly, my niece is Capricorn, so they're like really hardworking. But at the same time, like this boss, oh my God, he was like so materialistic. There was no end to that. Oh, what do you think about my shawl? What do you think? And he's the CEO of a bank, right? So, what do you think about my shawl? What do you think about my shirt? Well, I don't care. It has to be ironed, kind of a thing, right? So it was kind of like weird. So guys, Virgo, you have really interesting situation. You also have swords over here, right? So there are lots of thoughts your earth signs are going through. But I see another knight here. Look at this. Like now we have these 3 knights. So there are like issues that means actions. You're all kind of getting into actions. You are counting your money. You are kind of like trying to figure out which new direction you're going. And you know what, Virgo? You have a really, really good perception because you're actually moving away from the things. Oh, hey, there are dogs in Puerto Rico. We don't have a cat here, but we have a dog today.
Yeah, that's my daughter's dog. He's saying hi.
Okay, that's nice. So here is like
I'll tell him to shut up now.
here is the 8 of Swords, guys. That is kind of like reversed. Maybe you can put it on mute, so that way it doesn't kind of like, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 of Swords reversed. It really talks about kind of taking the blindfold off. It's kind of really interesting that you're getting both cards with the blindfold over here. And so basically this is all talking about, again, going in a new direction. Lati, sweetie, can you please put it? This is really distracting. I'm sorry to say this, and I cannot even turn you off because I don't see you on the screen. Okay, thank you. Okay, oh my gosh, I can't focus. This is kind of like me. I'm sort of like really need to have the quiet time when people want to have a reading with me and they want to call me from a car. I don't let that at all because I just cannot focus. So I really apologize for everybody for being distracted. So like when I stop, you just like put this on, so it's all good. So what basically I've seen, guys, here is like there is like some kind of like removal of some kind of illusion that is going to happen, and with doing that you are going to realize what you guys need to move it forward, because this kind of like Ace of Pentacles is this new beginning. And let me just check this Ace of Pentacles with my gypsy cards. It's something long term. Maybe you're reaching decisions for something that is going to be really beneficial for you. This looks very healthy to me, that even though you kind of came out over here, the Hermit, as something like kind of, you know, lonely or something, kind of like not really reaching that wisdom that you need to, I really don't think this is really applicable to your reading for this week, because you're actually really moving forward. You are not allowing, you know, like sometimes we think and we overthink, and then we kind of like make ourselves sad because we insist thinking about things that are sad. So in my family, my brother and I, for example, we decided never to talk or acknowledge dates that could be trigger dates, right? So those dates are never mentioned. So that way we are never kind of like putting ourselves in that stuff. So I know it's easier said than done, but look how many times work. So let me see, why is this here for Virgo? Why is this Ace of Pentacles for Virgo? Look at this. You have old woman, sweetheart, and you have service reversed. You know what? Certain things are not obviously working. Old woman probably to me talks about the old ways of doing things. And I don't know, guys, if you have been going through emotional turmoil, it kind of like looks like that not necessarily was emotional turmoil, but there were things that you were facing that maybe you have been blindsided, maybe had a fear of the future, but fear not, because you're getting this coming back to your balance, your normal, kind of trying to figure out who worked for you, who didn't work for you, and how to kind of like move ahead. This is kind of like a very positive ace, and this is kind of going to last for quite a while, so it's not a really, really bad thing. So, and you're getting willingness. Yes, I think you're willing to open up and to kind of like move in a new direction. So, Lati, you can unmute now. Say something if you wish.
Hi, I'm here still. Yeah, and the dog, he got quiet just after I muted.
Okay, so he got a lesson. I'm surprised that Safi didn't. Thank you, Dean. That Safi didn't actually chime in what she has to chime in. Okay, so who I didn't do? I did Cappy. We did Virgo. Virgo. Who is the last one? Taurus. Taurus. How many Tauruses over here do we have? Taurus. Taurus. Taurus.
Do we have any Taurus here?
Oh, we have the Magician reversed. Taurus. I'm a little bit worried. Oh, but you have
Brooke.
Brooke. Oh, me. I love it. I love it.
And Tari is rising.
Oh, Tori. Okay. So we have the stubborn people here. Look at how many. Yeah, look at the stubbornness over there. Okay, so let's see. One more for Taurus. And look at that. Oh my gosh, Taurus. Taurus, no, don't get scared. You have 1, 1, 1, 1. You have 1, 1, 1, 1. So guys, Taurus, first and foremost, I want to tell you that you need to go and listen what to do during the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse is going to affect you, and I think that's probably what this means. This probably was the card that is talking about the solar eclipse that is going to send you for a spin, because you will actually start to kind of think, how do you work things out that didn't work, that maybe you manipulated or you have been manipulated and things didn't really work out. So if you're thinking about going back to some kind of old principles, they are just going to end up in disaster. This is a really new cycle for you that you really can work with, but as long as your intentions are not good for you, but intentions are good overall and with the right partner. The Magician reversed is not a good fellow, not good at all. And with all these ones that you have, you're actually being watched by angels, by spirit guides, whatever is like your kind of like belief system. This is extremely strong that you're having here. So let me clarify this ace. What do you think, Lati, about this?
Well, it sounds nice for now. I don't see it. I see it as a good reading. I hope air sign has the same luck.
Yeah, me too. Check this out, guys. This is interesting. You have conversation, but you have a foe and you have a lord. And again, you probably need to put things on a table. Justice is about balancing things out. And sometimes things are not exactly the way we want it. And concessions will have to be made in agreements. You might be dealing with somebody who is married. You might be dealing with somebody who has, who might be divorced, but whose ex is having a really strong influence on the situation, and just kind of going back to this person would not kind of like yield any results unless this conversation is taking place. This conversation might not take place directly with this person, but that's what I'm seeing. King of Swords. Maybe there is a demand that somebody, hey, listen, straighten your act and then come to me. And I have to tell you something. I deal a lot with the third party over here, and there is like one really easy way how to prevent this. You get out. And I know it's easier said than done, especially if you're a wife, but the truth here is that we need to kind of let people to kind of figure out their own kind of strategy. I know it's kind of sometimes hard to stick around when you really want and love this person, but trust me, being somebody's option when you're putting them on the first place is never a good situation to be, right, Dean? So let's see. Right? You see? Like, I mean, Dean and I, like, we are thinking alike. That's his Libra. When we get activated, it's Libra. Lottie, what do you think?
Third parties are never good, you know. I am so greedy. I have to have all the attention. That's the Leo in me.
I don't understand like the third parties. Like, I mean, I have to admit for disclosure, I have been once enclosed in this kind of thing, and just like everybody else, I have been dragged into that because of lies and somebody not telling me the truth. The moment when I really clued in that these were lies, I was out, and it was very, very painful for me. It was very painful for everybody. I'm still feeling guilty to the present day over that situation. So I fully understand. It's not that I don't understand. I do understand the situation. But, you know, there are some people who can handle that third party thing. I personally can't, especially when it comes to emotions. But I just don't. I have to tell you, from so many readings that I did, and just on this channel, I did over, I don't know, 1,500 readings. And I have to tell you that people are not happy with that situation. So if you even meet somebody who tells you, oh, yeah, I'm going to leave my wife, or, well, you know, we are kind of like not together, just tell them, you know what, go through this legal process and call me then. Because trust me, you're going to save yourself lots of tears. That's what I have to say. So what do you say, Lati? What do you say? How many guys do we have here? What do you guys think about this third party or multiple partners? It will be interesting. So guys, would you be interested that, you know, we have this kind of like live chats about these subjects on the channel? Because Lati and I can talk forever, and it looks like I would like to maybe have guys kind of like chime in their opinion. It'll be nice. So, what, I didn't get the angel card? I think I did get an angel card on this one as well. So, I think it said support, yes. So, support is kind of like understanding what you really, really need. So, yeah, Sally, it's a very difficult situation. I think I told you once I had this dream, and a very strong dream, that I was judged in that dream. So I literally had these dreams that I become a tarot card. And in that particular dream, I became this justice card. But instead of like these 2 side scales, I had 3 side scales. So I had to make a decision about this like third parties. And it was like, oh my gosh, I was like feeling horrified because everybody was suffering in that kind of like union. So I think the person who is doing this, choosing the 2 and the other people kind of fighting, is probably the most guilty one. That kind of like would be my look at that situation. Dominique, imagine falling head over heels, and after 3 months, oh, I missed this, and after 3 months to be told they're emotionally attached and depression and polyamorous. I know, and it's a very narcissistic, and usually people who do that, they're hurting a lot. They know if they tell you right out of the gate that you would let them go, so they hook you, and then it's kind of like really hard. So the only solution is to be strong ourselves and kind of like know that if this happens, we are going to get up and be okay. Brooke, yeah, look at you. Nice. Gracias to you too. Married people, Oksana, or those who are engaged, are on the lookout for fun. No, I don't agree necessarily with that, Oksana. I really think they are unhappy and unable to actually discuss that unhappiness within the marriage. And some people really do stay married, quote unquote, for the kids, and hence they're feeling they're failing in their own personal happiness. I can see that, but it's not fair to bring the turmoil to a new person, right? So that's how it kind of looks like to me. Okay, let me see. Airlines, Barbie, I just love your company. Like, Barbie has like this amazing bubbly personality, just like Lati. Look at this, Pleiadian is there. Hey, Lati, you want to talk to Pleiadian? Lati?
Sure.
Yeah, there she is. Like, we were just wondering, where did you go, Pleiadian Tarot? What's up with you? Tell us, girl. We wonder.
Hi, Pladian.
Okay, which element is next? Now you have a choice between water and air. Water and air. Let's see, guys. Voting part. Air. Voting part. Voting air. Air. Look at his air. Yay, air. Okay, air, water. Come on, two more. Which? Okay, air wins. Air
is winning.
Air is winning. So let's go for air. And then water. Yeah. Water, you last. But guess what? The next, when is it? On the 21st, it's Virgo, and then Virgo is going to be first and Earth all the time. So, air. Oh my gosh, I really want to hear something good. I want to hear that my energy is going to come back. Okay, guys, how many air people do we have over there? Air. Pleiadian, welcome. I'm
Gemini
feeling the
here.
Same way. Aquarius here with Libra rising. I think Dean has Libra. Air. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I hate this card. And that card is actually my karma to make it even worse. So, that. It's just, oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you always go, ew, when you read air. Oh my god.
I am so sorry because I have vested interest, right, in air. That's why. It's just like, why? Air. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Karma. Karma in action. Can you guys believe this? This is unbelievable. There are 2 karma cards out of 4 that I have in the deck. And look at how much more I have in this deck. So, something is starting really awful. Possibly this weekend, it could be that we will feel cheated, that we will feel robbed. I will tell you, a few days ago, I went to a grocery store where I buy, and I saw a whole bunch of produce covered in mold. So, of course, being an air sign, I'm communicating that to the manager, and she goes, F out from the store. So I'm thinking, like, yeah, that's okay. That's okay, because trust me, I don't want to buy here anyway. Right? So anyway, that's kind of a thing where you think you're doing the right thing and somebody is like set on poisoning people and they're going to do this even if you're in a way. And this kind of like really feels like that. I'm thinking like, what the heck did I do wrong over here? Right? And kind of like, what the heck is going on over here? This is not a good energy, but it could be almost like kind of like a fess up energy. I recently also had, let's call it out of body experience, where I was like sort of like almost like a fool in this tarot card on some kind of ledge, but I was like coughing out some kind of smog or something, smoke, like that was kind of like really black and gray, and in front of some kind of entity that kind of felt, I mean, I don't believe in God, so I kind of feel like God, but it kind of like was like almost like the air was that special kind of like power. And I was kind of like coughing out, please, I apologize for this and for this, kind of like really coming to terms of that. And that's kind of like how it looks like this is what's going to happen with these 2 cards. Means something from the past, or maybe somebody who had wronged us, we are reaching disclosure and maybe we are releasing it. Remember how I said basically in my video last night, if you watch, kind of release it to 1111, and that's kind of like what I see over here, rebalancing. This is such a good combination to end. So something that's not going to start well with us having really good intentions and really trying to work on ourselves, which most people don't understand. They see us air as abrupt, as, you know, middle finger in the air to everybody, but the truth is that we really can be very self-critical, more self-critical than any other element. Would you agree with that, Lati? She's not there?
Yeah, totally.
right? And that's kind of like messes
Yeah.
up. We can have a whole bunch of like what do you call it, mental issues, because we kind of like loop into that. So I can totally understand this card. I have been in this situation many times, but guess what, guys? Even though I said ooh, I have to say yay, because this is kind of like really ending well over here. And I do have to say these two cards are really good cards, really powerful cards. So it's almost like karmic wheel is kind of like getting cleared. We are getting this, hey, you can go over here in a kind of like good category on this kind of cruise boat. So this is all good. So since Aquarius is always last, let's start with Aquarius first.
You know what's funny, Kat?
What? What, sweetie?
I've been seeing this coming from my ex. I'm like, he's gonna message me, he's gonna call me, and I'm so done. I just want him out of my life.
Well, I'm this way
And now you
too.
say karma and someone coming back. I'm like, no.
But this can mean that way. It could mean that he comes back, but it also could mean that he doesn't come back. He maybe would message you, but you're going to reach something that is like for you, that works for you, that say, listen, sweetie, you know, when this card shows up, it's not anymore arguing. It is like rendering that verdict, right? Like the judge who goes and kind of like incubates himself or herself, and then after deliberation comes back and say, this is what it is, right? This might not be somebody coming back. It could be, oh my God, what the heck am I missing about this person, and what is wrong with me? Kind of like reaching this clarity about somebody doing that stuff, and then just like moving forward. In any case, it's moving forward key that is happening over here, and that is really important. So let's see Aquarius.
Aqua, sensing good
Oh my
vibes
gosh,
too.
the strength is so nice. I just need one more card for Aqua after having a major over here. And the Hanging Man. Okay, so Aquarians, of course. It's not bad, even though this is kind of reversed, because look at this. Two major arcana. So Aquarians are really poised to have a switch. So if you guys remember how I said set intention, you have to work on setting intentions. Strength card is very similar to our card, the Star card, in kind of like flavor, conquering ourselves. It looks like there are going to be lots of like, look at this is all air, kind of like thinking through a whole bunch of things, right? The Hanging Man is Neptune, so it kind of like has this appearance of you always feeling that things are kind of like moving, but the Hanging Man can reverse. So if somebody comes and say to us that they have been victimized by us, maybe a regular modus operandi would be to tell them off, say, look, grow up and get a big boy's pants. But I think it's going to be in this time kind of like, I don't care. It's going to be, listen, I nearly know who I am, and I don't really need to debate this anymore. I'm done and I'm tired, and it's just going to be like that. Because this Hangman, look at this. He's trying to chase after her, and she's saying, yeah, I have no time and no interest whatsoever for all the stories about how your life was going up and down. Right, Letty? Can you relate?
Yeah, even less if he's coming with spandex. I don't want him.
And if this green spandex is like, dude, like, I mean, do you want me to kind of contribute some money for your kind of like mirror or something like that? And it can be worse. It could be Spider-Man pants and something like. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Oh, look at that. This kind of actually jumped out. I have openness and gratitude. Yeah. You know, maybe somebody's going to express their gratitude. This is really good, because I can see that there will be issues that will be resurfacing for Aquarians, but I also see that will be no tolerance, but in a good way, for things that haven't worked before, and that is going to kind of like go and kind of like move in a good direction. We are just not interested in things that maybe people were not grateful for, things that we did, and it is done and over with, and we are moving forward to the next level. And I think it almost like feels like, and I'm sorry to say to some of you Aquarians, that it was like, I mean, a stone around your neck, that, you know, it was kind of hard to function with this, and this is it. It's going to be crucial week. Aquarians, 2 major arcanas. This is a 4 big week. So next one, let's do Geminis. Look at somebody coming at the right time and the right place. So that's, of course, would be always Gemini or Sagittarius doing that. So let's do that. How Oksana, good stuff.
Gemini.
Okay, let's do Gemini. Let's do shuffle. Because I have a Gemini here and me. Like, so now you can see, guys, when you have 2 air signs, how this really works. Gemini.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 2 air signs talking. Oh my God, you guys must be going crazy.
Oh, that's okay. They'll survive. They'll survive. Guys, if anybody's interested to kind of like chime in this kind of live conversation, send me an email. You can see this below, or you can send an email to lati@cattarot.ca as well, and we will see what we can do. As you can see, we are learning as we go, trying to troubleshoot all this technology, which I have to tell you. Hey, hello. Hello.
Hi, Safi.
Hi, Shafi.
Meow.
I got words about you last time. What do you say to that, people? She's Aquarius, by the way. She probably just told him, I don't care. Okay, so this is Gemini.
She's so cute.
Geminis, look at that. You have 2 kings.
She always comes on Gemini, I've noticed.
Does she? She also comes on Aquarius as well. Not Aquarius, Aries. She loves the
You're getting
Aries.
jealous, Cat.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like, what's going on?
Now she comes on Gemini.
Oh, and she sometimes, yesterday, oh my gosh, she didn't stop talking whole day long. I said, okay, I understand. You guys have 2 kings and 1 queen. So I think Geminis are feeling that you had somebody, and I don't know, I cannot speak for all Geminis, but I have few here. I look at this, like, Dean, you have a business partner Gemini. You talk on the phone, it drives us nuts. That's cute. Now, let me tell you, Geminis, how many Geminis do we have over there, guys? Anybody with Gemini something in? Come on, who is there? Let's try to get some info. King of Cups reversed.
I'm Gemini's son. I think we have other Geminis here.
Who is Gemini? Nobody. Here we go. There we have. Subramanyam. I don't know if
I can't say the name, sorry.
There we go. Nanny.
And Nanny.
And okay, look, it's like Joe Tarot. Hi, Joe Tarot. Tori.
Shayla. Oh my God, all the Geminis are here.
Just now on call for 3 hours. Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, just met an air male. She's amazing. I think you mentioned about 98% young men only approach. Yeah. Listen, guys, Geminis, what is this all about? King of Cups. Who was giving you promises? It was like somebody romantic, making lots of promises, but they were just doing that in order to get what they want right on the spot. It's kind of like, hey, give me $100 and it's going to come back to you as $1 million. One of those, like trickle-down schemes. And somebody really looks like betrayed you. Somebody let you down. And you're completely clear about that. Also, there could be somebody else who was maybe offering marriage or who wanted, kind of like who was marriage-minded. It looks to me that, so now this depends if you're male or female Geminis. If you're female Gemini, you're cutting everybody off. This is it. I just don't want to deal with this past, and you're releasing this kind of like people. You might be dealing with some of Libras or some of water signs or some of earth signs. But if you're male Gemini, and you guys even have airplanes in Puerto Rico? You're hearing like this? Sorry, it's a stupid comment.
Yeah, I muted. I'm sorry, I muted.
It's okay. It's okay. If you're male Gemini, guys, then this means that you're marriage-minded, but that you are with somebody who you don't really want to marry, and kind of like they're going to be cleaning the house, cleaning the people in the house, cleaning the people who maybe have the right thing and their heart is in the right place, but if you're not into that, you're kind of getting out of it. So let's see what comes out for you, Gemini. My ex betrayed him. The Gemini friend and me struggled to pick the right side. Well, Gemini has these issues, right? They are the only sign with two basically people, right? So of course, it's like Siamese twins. Ooh, Gemini, beauty. How is this relating to this? I really don't think this is the outside beauty.
Finally, a good ooh.
This is not, yeah, this is not outside beauty. This is definitely inside beauty. I think this is really you're looking for beauty in somebody, and you really want that to shine through. Remember, in Judgment, you die, you're coming to the pearly gates, you're saying, this is me, ta-da, and nobody cares how you look. Everybody only cares about the action, and it's going to be really paying attention to that inner shining light over here, and maybe even acknowledging, if somebody comes back from the past, it's acknowledging, yes, I find this and this beautiful in you, however, this is what I want. So it's just because, you know, two people don't work out doesn't mean that there is like some horrible things, even though I do see somebody here for you who has been highly manipulative emotionally, and who maybe have been promising marriage, but kind of like maybe didn't come through, or didn't want to come through, or this was just all kind of like building the house of cards kind of a thing. So Libra, that's right, look at that, Domniki. Let me just get a sip of coffee.
Libra, where are the Libras at?
Thank you very much, sweetie. Where are the Libras? Thank you, guys. It would be good if you kind of like put the notes, because that really helps people later who are actually watching this. I'm kind of glad that they're including this little chat that we have, so kind of helps. There we go. I have Libras. It's my ascendant is in Libra, and I think Dean's ascendant is in Libra. Wow, look at those Libras that we have over here. Libra, there you go. Barbie's a Libra. That's right, Libra. Yes, you did, Miss Aqua. Libra. Hello. How are you? This one wants to come out, and of course you're getting 9 of Swords, Libra. Libra, what are you obsessing about? What's going on here, Libra? Are you obsessing about somebody of a fire sign, or some guy, or some person who has been, you had like some kind of activities with this person, or you would love to actually go and have this date? King of Wands is actually really good. And then you have this 10 of Wands coming out here. Now, actually, this is really not bad. So, as I said, the air signs are going to go through some kind of initial turmoil. Look at that. She is going through every single item in her life and discussing it. You know, good news is this is 9. It's almost done. Like, whatever it is, you know, like you have a nightmare, and when you wake up, it's gone. It's just gone like that. Because this is talking about anxiety. This is talking about nightmare. This is talking about, you know, keeping yourself busy during the day, but when the night comes, you know, you're failing to see this wisdom. Look at you have this like an owl, like hoo over here, but you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing that light. And instead, we kind of like go into this, okay, now my mask is down. Now I can feel sad. But this is kind of going to be either cut off with somebody who you already know, or somebody new. So guys, put your antennas out. You might be meeting a new person, and this new person is actually going to help you lighten the burden. You're not going to feel like there is like this switch. Allow this new person come into your life. This is kind of like upright. So this is going to be really beneficial for you. You might actually have a fire sign coming through, or you will be dealing with that kind of energy. So fire is also very dating energy. So that's what I'm saying. Either somebody from the past who is right now changed, and who is going to say yes to certain things that you have asked before, or a completely new person who is actually a really solid person to be with. So open up to that. So let's see what angel card do you have? Celebration. You guys, this is so lovely, because this is also the card of Libra. You guys are definitely kind of like getting this motion and kind of moving in a new direction. So there is like something that you're releasing from the past and moving into something better for the future. This is, by the way, a very good card when it kind of like turns reversed, because you're releasing things that have bothered you, and you have released some kind of like preconceived notion of who should be your mate and how things should work out. So, well, luckily air signs were quite fine this time around. So let's see. And we have now water.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, thank God.
I know, it's always a kind of like, I'm so looking forward to the air signs, and then some crap comes out. It's just like, why? And the worst part is like, of course, that crap happens.
Cat,
Yeah?
can I have a second?
Yeah, of course, go ahead.
Brooklyn, CB, Dean, I miss my turkeys. Oh my God, you guys, I love you.
You miss what? Oh, my turquoise, that's right.
¿Cómo están?
She's not there.
My turkeys.
My turquoise, which sign is she? She's Aquarius as well, right? I think. Or Scorpio. Not sure.
Yeah,
Not sure.
yeah.
So,
We've been hugging trees like for 3 weeks. Brooklyn,
Sibyl Hill,
my turkeys, CB, I think. Hi, CB.
say it. Pleiadian, are you kind of getting your energy back or something? Is going to be really interesting. So, you want to be a Scorpio. Why? Like, to me, Scorpios, I love Scorpios.
Why? Yeah.
My best friends are Scorpios, but honestly, they're almost like having like a stalker like quality inside of them. It's just like so intense. It's kind of like, come on, just like, let's do something. You don't really have to study this butterfly. It's beautiful, let's go, kind of thing. No, but look at this butterfly, look at this blue color. Okay, fine. But it's cute. I really think Scorpio.
I'm a Gemini, and I can be a stalker cat.
Oh, really? Not me.
If I love the guy, yeah. If I love the guy, and he's and I think I want to know the truth.
Oh, really?
I think he's lying to me. I'm gonna be watching him.
No, we air signs. We call it research. We call it research.
Yeah, research exactly.
Crystal, okay, being a Scorpio is never boring, so we will see this now. How much water do we have here? Guys, who is water? Water ascendant, water sun sign, moon sign. Who is water? Water. Let's see, water. FBI got nothing.
I'm Cancer Venus.
Are you Cancer Venus? I am Aqua Venus. Water. Who is messing with you? Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Water. And there we go. We have tons. Somebody's messing with you guys. Look at the swords and swords.
Oh, we have water here.
You have major reading over here, guys. And looks like many of us, you're starting this week in a kind of like a really weird way. You don't have much water actually this week, but there is like a third party over here that some of you are just completely freaked out about it. This is kind of like completely taking you out of your own, balance. It's completely kind of like making it unfair. That again, just, I don't know, the little kind of thing that I did previously, I don't know which part it was. And it's really talking about this third party situation, because look at this, one person is like so happy, but everybody else is like so unhappy, and it's kind of like putting you into kind of like this dark space. And maybe some of you are stuck in a situation not really knowing how to move forward. Like whenever I see this lady, look, she has been basically trapped in a situation. Usually this tells me about a woman with children who is maybe a housewife who cannot easily break the relationship because she would cut off her financial support. This also tells me about somebody who who kind of like doesn't have the strength to say no to things that are not working out, and she continues to be stuck in the situation because this person is definitely afraid to break out of these particular circumstances. But there is like a need to address some kind of family situation, or maybe you are really thinking that with some person you're going to go to the next level. The truth is here that the second part of the week is going to be some kind of clarity. But then let me just get to this part. First of all, the clarity is about maybe a child or children are involved for some of you, and the clarity is going to be really, what do I need to do? Maybe, you know, this is not working for, not only for me, but also for my child or for my children over here, because you are either going to completely kind of like renegotiate, because when I see this card, this is really telling me about renegotiating kind of a thing. So it's kind of like really, really weird, because there is like some kind of like walking away. Somebody is walking away, and that could be you guys. I think it is, because you have 2 8s. It is really talking about the strength that is really needed in situation, coming to the end of something, right? But then that end of something is the beginning of something new. One door closes, another one opens. And that's what I always said to myself whenever I lost a job or a boyfriend or something like that. Is, okay, this feels horrible, but this, on a good note, is giving me opportunity to do something else. So look, I mean, if I haven't been laid off from my bank job, I wouldn't be doing this, right? So let me see this Ace of Pentacles, which is like something long term, but this is really good. You're going to kind of like get so much accomplished, but in such a small period of time. You're going from 1 to 9. It's almost like you are getting ready, but you're kind of like really enjoying yourself, and you're projecting yourself for something long term. Lady, you have anything to say? And
long term is not good for me, not yet. But it sounds like a good reading.
Okay, let's see this Ace of Pentacles
for you guys.
Ace of Pentacles. You know what? There is like some falseness. This is like called falseness. And how dare they put a cat as a falseness, right? And they are actually never false. They always know what they want. Maybe we perceive that. So it sounds to me that you are actually coming to intellectual conclusion of something. See, this is kind of intellect. This over here talks about what works for me and for my family, and should I emotionally check out. So this is something that actually water signs can do, very much like air signs. Air signs kind of like think a lot and kind of like reach this conclusion, but you are doing things here that is in the best interest of your long-term plans. So if somebody you feel is not the part of it or cannot be a part of it, I think you're just simply going to check them out. Look at this. As I said, this is kind of like, hey, is this going somewhere? Is this going toward a marriage? Is this going toward a wedding? This child is something new, a new project, or the children that involved. This person is not really that engaged. You know, when you date with somebody and you have children and the person wants to date you but they don't want to date your life, that's kind of like a feeling that I'm getting over here. And I think some of you are kind of coming to conclusion, you know what, I'm better off being alone and really happy with what I have accomplished than being with something or with somebody who is putting me into this kind of like bad mood, or that I continuously have to think what I need to do and how to kind of like bend myself around this. But this is a good card. This doesn't mean, like some readers will tell you, oh, somebody's alone. No, this card means something long-term is projected to happen. So let's see. Who do I usually go with first? I usually go with Cancer. So let's go with Scorpio first. Scorpio. Oh,
where's Scorpio
dear.
at?
Tori, this is so messy.
Nadine?
Scorpio and Aries and Aqua. Imagine this: water, fire, and air. So good luck, Tori. What can I tell you? So it's Scorpio. Scorpio, 10 of Pentacles.
My poor Tori.
I did tell you guys that I think, oh my gosh, what is this? Like a whole bunch of stuff opening, and then I'm seeing also High Priestess. You guys are watching somebody's actions, and that's the stalking energy that I was talking about. I'm seeing this again. Look, you're going from 9 to 10. Actually, you're taking it to the next level. You're saying, listen, this is what I want. I want this feeling. 10 of Pentacles is like this multi-layer card. It's kind of like, where am I now? Where was I now? Who is my family? Are you part of my family, or you're just sleeping with me, right? Because 7 of Cups is like you're removing some options, you're removing some choices. And there you have another 6 of Wands, which is kind of like feeling victorious, feeling comfortable with your choices, feeling comfortable about the direction you're going. And the High Priestess is like simply observing the situation, observing everything that is going on. So what do you have here? 17, 23, 25. Yes, that's the Chariot. You're kind of like really moving forward without regret, Scorpio. So this is kind of like going to be a big motion for you this week. So let's see what we get over here for you. And guess what did I get? You write your own story. You write whatever you want. And I think that's why you have the High Priestess. This is a very, very intuitive lady. And this is kind of really connecting with the moon phases. We are going through the new moon right now. So this is kind of like really strong coming through. You're switching this phase and moving. So make sure, guys, you set your intentions. Make sure you connect to this 1111, because even though she's number 2, she does look like 11 as well. So keep that in mind. So you have this 10 over here. You're definitely into this gateway. You need to kind of like really put your intentions in order for them to manifest. So be very careful how do you set that, right? So that was Scorpio. So let's go Pisces next.
Choose wisely.
Choose wisely and beware what you wish for sure, right? So let's go Pisces.
Oh yeah, that's a good one, Kat.
Right? I have been there. I want this, I want this.
Sometimes we're always wanting something and God is like, no, no, no.
And then it gets worse, and then you go for another run, and then it's just even stronger lesson. Thank you, Crystal. Appreciate that. So Pisces, there you go. Pisces, Venus, Pisces. Ooh, I think Pisces gave me the cards. So we have Knight of Cups reversed, 7 of Pentacles reversed, but we have then 2 of Wands. So again, it's kind of like reaching a new phase, but not really actively going in a new direction. There was like somebody or something. See, the Knight of Cups is this knight in the shining armor, but when it's reversed, it's again somebody who's just daydreaming aloud and making you believe in a whole bunch of stuff, right? Which instead, and you're acting based on that reaction, but it looks like you're reaching realization that certain things can be built. 7 of Pentacles is the fruit is not there, the fruit is not showing up. And I guess this kind of like walking away is maybe you literally would not walk away, like it was strongly projected over here, but you're certainly saying to yourself, okay, I have to figure out which direction I really want to go in, because both of these directions, and I know this is not as clear as on a regular kind of reading, you have the deer over here waiting by each part, kind of like one is with the mountain, one is without the mountain, which doesn't mean that, you know, one is harder and one is lighter on the in the later stages. But initially you're saying to yourself, okay, maybe this is hard, maybe I should actually kind of try to do something else. This is planning, and it is a choice that is happening. And something came over here. Yes, inspiration. And it's actually a perfect card to get for Pisces, because you guys are very creative and very intuitive. So I think this is what you're saying to yourself, based on everything that I have seen, based on everything that I experienced, this is not going anywhere. So where do I go from here? Kind of a thing for Pisces. Okay, so, oh my gosh, Nadine, so glad to hear that. Inspiration. I really like that. Pisces, like, I mean, some Pisces are super, super gentle. In the last company I worked at, I had, my best friend is Pisces, and also the biggest bitch in a company was Pisces. So there you go. You have the range, right, of the things. But she didn't go about that being like brutal. She was like very nice to everybody's face and then backstab them in the back. So, but like obviously she didn't live to potential that she can live for a sign. But inspiration is always good because it tells you to lift up. Because here I almost like see very similar thing. I see these mountains and the sun just like over here. You guys are finally, where did it go? You're finally going in some kind of like really good direction. So let's see. That would be, ooh, well, you're getting Tower for Cancer. Hi, Dean. Make sure you check your tires on your trucks. Make sure that you cross all your T's and all your I's, dot your I's, because something is going to happen. And this can actually be connected with transportation because we are in Mercury retrograde. The Tower is something turbulent or argument happening. Let's get something more. Oh, thank you, Lati. Thank you. Oops. And look at that. This one was debating. Should I go for...
It's the truth, you know.
Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, I think I'm not going to start in August. Everybody's still focused on children and children going to school or grandchildren. So it's going to probably start in September. And also, selfishly, I'm giving myself a little bit of break. No, the Tower is really not Cancer. The Tower is... Oh, something else. That flick. Tower is Aries and Scorpio, because changes need to be done, Aries on the outside or Scorpio in the inside. That's what Tower is. It's kind of interesting that in this deck we only see one person who is naked. So it is kind of like coming clean on something. Maybe you're going to be given that opportunity, or you will give that opportunity to somebody else. And I think it's somebody else. It looks like you might meet somebody. Look at that. That's kind of interesting. You might meet somebody who will be nice, or maybe you are dealing with somebody who's nice, who forgotten to tell you, well, I'm married, or who's forgetting to say, well, you know what, I just want to play, and I don't want to really do anything more serious with you in the future, because this is kind of like strongly coming through, and you're going to tell them what you think about it, or this is going to come as a shock, where kind of like being kind of like led down this garden path. And it's going to be a big kind of breakthrough moment. I think you're going to cut off this person and possibly completely out of your life after hearing this truth. This is going to be the hardest week for Aquarians and Cancer, I do have to tell you, because Cancer is going to have lots of emotional involvement in this particular situation, but it's going to resolve the situation simply with kind of like comparing this yes list and no list, like pros and cons for this particular person. And if somebody lied to you, I think that's going to be just the end of them in that moment. So let's see what we have. Here. Yeah, I forgot to tell you I'm married, right? Like that happens more often than you believe. And they tell you when they already hook you. But it looks like Cancer is going to have no place of this, right? Hey, that was a big omission, because that's actually lying, right? Forgetting to tell you. So it's or the big story. I am married, but we are not living together. I'm so unhappy. You know what? Yeah, sure. You're not a baby. Kind of deal with this. So let me see, Cancer Angel card. Of course, responsibility.
Kat, I was telling Dean.
What?
That you're so on point because Cancer Venus. Oh my God, sorry, pardon my English.
No, your English is perfect.
And I was the one with the tire down.
Oh, you're
not Dean.
Oh, really? Okay, so
yeah.
you brought that energy.
Down. Now I have to buy a new one.
Oh my gosh. I'm still driving with winter tires. I mean, I didn't look at my tires. I have to drag them from the storage and put them on a car, but I don't drive as much. I thought, okay. But with this global warming, it's kind of stupid. We have such big temperatures in Toronto that kind of like makes no sense. I can go both ways. That's cute. Just got called.
It's just the holes. They get in my middle. You know, they get in my way.
Look at this Queen
Not
of
my
Water.
fault.
Queen of Water, good for you. I wish more people are like that. You know, if we collectively say no to these people who are straying out of their marriage. So basically, what are they saying? Hey, I am basically a jerk. I'm willing to hurt you, and I'm willing to hurt the person who, I don't know, possibly gave birth to my kids, etc. So I never understand that. Why don't you have that bigger responsibility? And I think this kind of like water signs here are not going to have anything to do with that person this time around. Absolutely every single one is moving forward from anything that has been false for you guys. So yeah, the tired thing can be the smallest thing, smallest problem right now. But I think there could be some kind of emotional things. But sometimes, guys, not everything big happens every week. But tire can be crucial. I mean, once I had tire explode to me on the highway, and I don't really know how I survived because I was going from the fast lane, like 2 lanes into kind of like slow lane, and nobody hit me in the process while I was spinning around on a busy day in the middle of the traffic jam. So but I really think it's going to be something like that, something that just like comes as a snap and you really don't know, you're not prepared to work with it or about it, but you're going to definitely make a really good judgment call on this one, Cancer. So okay, guys, well, this is me today, and I really hope like we had a little bit longer because we had Latina call. So if you guys like this, we will continue. I really think it's kind of good because she can actually see what you're saying and bring this up to me, and that way I don't kind of like neglect you. And yes, Twin Flames are coming up. I'm working on it over the weekend, and I'm going to start releasing this probably on Sunday evening. So Lati, do you have anything to tell to the crowd before we kind of like check out?
To add, well, I'm just gonna say that all the reading was on point because I have Aries, I have Cancer, I have Gemini, and you hit a lot, trust me. And I just want to say, guys, I love you. And Kat is amazing. I love her too.
Aww. That's very sweet of you. And guys, again, if anybody's interested to be a part of live, or if you guys have conversations that you would like to hear a podcast about, let me know. My email is below. Lati's email is lati@cattarot.ca, so you can reach both of us that way. So I'm going to put the music for those of you who still want to chat for a few minutes, and then Lati, if you can, just stay on until the music is done, and then we can chit chat a little bit more. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you guys, everybody. Have a lovely week.
Okay.
And I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me for coffee.
Thank you, Kat.
Thanks, Lati.
Thank you, guys. Los quiero mucho.
Quiero mucho.
Yeah, that means I love you guys. Don't forget to come back when the reading is over so you guys can help us stamp. I love when you guys do that. Sometimes I want to stamp, but I'm letting you guys do it, okay? Mwah. Adios.
See you guys. Love you.